Imagine you're on a journey, heart pounding, knowing you're about to face someone you've wronged, someone who might never forgive you. That's where we find Jacob, a man running from his past, haunted by fear, yet guided by a God who never lets go. Tonight, we're diving into Genesis 32, a story of angels, apologies, and a wrestling match that changes everything. This isn't just Jacob's story, it's ours too, a tale of facing our fears and finding our purpose. If this sparks something in you, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell. Let's walk with Jacob into a night that'll leave you speechless. A camp of angels. Jacob's on the move, leaving behind his tricky father-in-law, Laban, after a tense standoff in Gilead. He's got his family, his flocks, and a promise from God to bring him home safely. But home means facing Esau, his brother, who once vowed to kill him for stealing his birthright and blessing. The weight of that betrayal hangs heavy, like a storm cloud over Jacob's heart. As he travels, something incredible happens. Angels appear, messengers of God, glowing with heaven's light. Jacob's eyes widen, and he whispers, "This is God's camp." He names the place Mahanaim, meaning 2 camps. Why are they here? Maybe it's God saying, "You're on the right path, Jacob. I'm with you." After years with Laban, a man far from God, these angels feel like a holy welcome, a sign that Jacob's entering a new chapter in God's plan. His heart lifts, but the shadow of Esau looms. Can he face his brother with this divine nudge? Pause. Angels showing up out of nowhere. Have you ever felt a sign that you're exactly where you're meant to be? Drop it in the comments. Facing the past. Jacob's no fool. He knows Esau's anger could still burn hot. Years ago, he tricked his brother, stealing everything that should have been his as the firstborn. Fearing for his life, Jacob fled to Laban's land, where he built a family and wealth. Now, heading home, he can't avoid the truth. He'll face Esau soon. The thought twists his gut. Will Esau forgive, or will he strike? To test the waters, Jacob sends messengers to Esau in Seir, the land of Edom. He tells them, "Say to my lord Esau, your servant Jacob says, I've been with Laban until now. I have cattle, donkeys, sheep, servants. I'm sending this message to find favor in your eyes." Notice that Jacob calls Esau Lord and himself servant, even though he's got the blessing. This isn't the old schemer talking. It's a man humbled, maybe even sorry. He's not just dodging danger, he wants to make things right. But the messengers return with chilling news. Esau is coming to meet you with 400 men. 400. Jacob's heart sinks. That sounds like an army, not a welcome party. He's sure Esau's coming for blood, his wives, his kids. Fear grips him, and he splits his people and flocks into 2 camps, thinking if Esau attacks one, the other might escape. It's a desperate move, born of guilt and dread. Jacob knows he wronged his brother, and now he's bracing for the consequences. Pause. Facing someone you've hurt terrifying, right? Ever had to make amends for a past mistake? Share your story below. A prayer in the dark. Jacob's scared, but he's not the same trickster who fled home years ago. He's seen God's faithfulness through Laban's schemes, through the angels at Mahanaim. So he turns to God, pouring out his heart. "O God of my father Abraham, God of my father Isaac, you told me, go back to your country, and I'll make you prosper. I'm not worthy of all your kindness. I crossed the Jordan with just my staff, and now I have 2 camps. Save me from Esau, I pray. I'm afraid he'll kill me, and the mothers with their children. But you promised my descendants would be like the sand of the sea." This prayer is raw, real. Jacob's honest. He's terrified, unworthy, clinging to God's promise. He's not scheming now. He's surrendering, trusting God's word over his fear. It's a turning point, a moment where faith starts to win over doubt. Prayer gives him clarity. God's been with him before. So why doubt now? Believers can take heart here when life feels hopeless. Talking to God can light the way. Pause. A prayer that shifts everything. When's a time prayer gave you strength to face the impossible? Let's hear it in the comments. A gift of peace. Still, Jacob's human. Even after praying, he hedges his bets. He picks a massive gift for Esau. 200 female goats, 20 male goats, 200 ewes, 20 rams, 30 camels with their young, 40 cows, 10 bulls, 20 female donkeys, 10 male donkeys. It's a fortune, a king's ransom. He hands them to his servants, saying, "Go ahead of me." When Esau asks, "Who owns these?" say, "They're a gift from your servant Jacob. He's coming behind us." Again, he calls himself Esau's servant, bowing low in humility. Is this a bribe? Maybe, but it feels more like an apology, a way to say, "I was wrong. Can we start over?" Jacob's not just buying peace, he's offering his heart. Yet he's still cautious, staying back, letting the gifts go first to pacify Esau. Faith and fear wrestle in him, just like they do in us. He trusts God, but he's still planning, still afraid. Pause. A gift to mend a broken bond. What's the biggest step you've taken to fix a relationship? Drop it below. Alone in the night. That night, Jacob sends his wives, Rachel and Leah, their servants, and his 11 sons across the Jabbok River, along with all his possessions. He's alone now, stripped of everything family, wealth, schemes. Just Jacob, the darkness, and God. Maybe he's praying, maybe he's wrestling with his guilt. But something wild happens. A man appears and wrestles him until dawn. Who is this man? The Bible doesn't say outright, but many believe it's God himself, or an angel sent by him. Either way, it's divine. They grapple all night, dust flying, muscles straining. Jacob, the guy who's dodged trouble his whole life, holds his own stubborn, relentless. Some say this shows his refusal to fully trust God, always fighting to control his fate. Others say God matches Jacob's strength, teaching him through the struggle, not overpowering him. As dawn breaks, the man touches Jacob's hip, dislocating it with a single move. Just a touch, and Jacob's undone. It's a reminder, God's power is unmatched. He could have ended this fight any time. Yet Jacob, limping in pain, clings on, shouting, "I won't let go unless you bless me." Bold or foolish? Maybe both. He knows this is no ordinary man. He's wrestling God, and he's begging for a blessing, not defeat. Pause. Wrestling God himself? What a moment. Ever fought through a dark night, clinging to hope? Share in the comments. A new name, a new man. The man asks, "What's your name?" Jacob answers, and the man says, "Your name won't be Jacob anymore, but Israel, because you've struggled with God and men and have overcome." Israel, God rules, or one who struggles with God. It's perfect. Jacob's life has been a fight with Esau, Laban, and now God. But this struggle marks him forever, not just with a limp, but with a new identity. Jacob asks the man's name, but he replies, "Why do you ask?" and blesses him anyway. Jacob names the place Peniel, face of God, saying, "I saw God face to face, and my life was spared." He limps away as the sun rises, forever changed. The Israelites, to this day, don't eat the hip tendon, honoring that moment. This isn't just a fight, it's transformation. Jacob's alone, broken, but clinging to God. In his weakness, he finds strength. His limp reminds him, God's in charge, but he's still chosen. It's a picture of us broken, fighting, but held by a God who won't let go. Pause. A new name, a new start. What's God renaming in your life, your pain, your purpose? Drop "I'm Israel" in the comments. Your fight, your blessing. Jacob's story hits home because it's ours. We all face Esau's pasts we can't escape, wrongs we need to right. We all wrestle with fear, doubt, even God, wondering if he'll come through. But Jacob shows us. God meets us in the dark, in our loneliness, in our fights. He doesn't crush us, he shapes us. As Paul says, "When I am weak, then I am strong." You're not alone in your struggles. God's there, like he was at Mahanaim, whispering, "I'm with you." He's there in your prayers, giving courage. He's there in your wrestling, turning pain into purpose. Jacob limped, but he walked as Israel, a father of nations. What's God calling you to become through your battles? Subscribe to keep exploring these life-changing stories. Hit the bell, share this with someone facing their own Esau, and comment, "God's got me." Let's carry our lints with purpose.